Union Minister Amit Shah had passed the bill in the parliament. This bill was passed as the outrage of many of the parliament leaders, saying that this bill was an act of terminating the leadership of the opposition parties who are ruling in the country other than BJP. The bill passed claimed to target mainly the chief ministers and the ministers of the states of the opposition party. What was the bill passed? Why it has so much of resistance? Who will be actually affected? Let's get all the answers. Welcome to Youturn, and this is your host Nandini Madheshwaran. Union Minister Amit Shah had passed a bill in the parliament all of a sudden without any prior notice or even any circular. Usually when a bill is passed, the bill should be introduced before 7 days, or it should be circulated even before 2 days on the day which the bill is actually going to be proposed or introduced. The proposed bill should be circulated to the MPs before taking it into the action. But nothing was followed here, and all of the sudden the bill was passed by Amit Shah within a day. So what is the bill about? This bill actually tells that no conviction needed if CM, PM or any of the ministers who were arrested or detained in custody on account of serious criminal cases will be automatically terminated from their post. So if the CM of the state or any of the ministers of the state who is imprisoned for more than 30 consecutive days will be automatically eliminated from their post. So this also includes the Prime Minister of India. But everybody knows that it is impossible to allege or arrest PM in any such cases. But this bill also has the name of PM for just namesake. This bill was passed as the Constitution 130th Amendment. Another serious question rises here is why this bill has been passed all of a sudden without any prior notice or even any circular. What's the haste to pass this bill immediately? Amit Shah himself said that this bill is going to be referred to the Joint Parliamentary Committee. When it is so, then there is no need of rush to pass this bill as soon as possible. Okay, let's see what is the content of the bill passed. In the Article 75 of the Constitution, a new clause has been added. The Article 75 of the Constitution states the other provisions of the Union Ministries. By inserting a new clause in the article, it says a minister who for any period of 30 consecutive days during holding the office as such is arrested and detained in custody, which is punishable with imprisonment for term which may extend to 5 years or more, shall be removed with the advice of President by the 31st day. If the President is not tended to remove such minister, then he or she will be automatically removed from their post. This also includes the Prime Minister of the country. So there is a change in another article, which is Article 164 of the Constitution, where a clause has been inserted. So this article states the other provisions of the state ministers. So this article states the other provisions of the state ministers. So whatever implies to the union ministers, the same applies here to the state ministers too. The bill may here go to the commoners, assuming that people who are doing wrong things would go to jail and they are not eligible to be in the position. But when we look deep into the bill passed, it is against the rule of law, because the nature of our law is innocent until proven guilt. But this bill makes a huge question against the nature of law which was being followed for years. On the other hand, from 2014, many of the serious allegations have been made on the BJP government, stating that the central intelligence agencies like ED, CBI officers and income tax officers are working against the ruling opposition parties. That too after the implementation of PMLA, which is Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. It is common to imprison a person for more than 5 years. So here's a threat, which is if the union government has any dispute between the state government or the ministers of any of the state, then a simple PMLA case can be filed and he or she will be terminated from their post. When we look into the ED cases which was filed over the past 10 years, 5,297 cases have been registered, and among that only 40 cases have got convicted, which means the conviction rate is only 0.7% and the remaining 99.3% is still not proven. At the same time, the ED filed cases against the politicians and political leaders is about 193 cases, and in that 193 only 2 has got convicted. To ensure this, the Indian Express article reveals that 95% of the ED cases is filed against the politicians of the opposition parties. So this bill indirectly gives the power to the union government to make any of the changes in the state ministers or the chief ministers of the states, particularly in the opposition ruling parties. This affects the vulnerable parties in which the union government is waiting to beat for the long time. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.